If you're wondering which soundbars are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Sony Bravia Theater Bar 9. This thing promises cinematic sound with its 360 spatial sound mapping, but honestly feels like it's trying to compensate for something since it comes without a subwoofer or satellites by default. The soundstage is about as focused as my attention span during a 3-hour movie, meaning sound effects feel generalized rather than pinpoint accurate, but at least the dialogue comes through crystal clear thanks to that dedicated center channel. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's decent for mixed use, but doesn't really outshine competitors when flying solo, so you'll probably end up buying the expensive add-ons anyway. Sennheiser Ambeo Soundbar Plus. This beast packs a massive speaker count and enough power to crack walls and wobble foundations, making it everything a home cinema should be, except for the minor detail that you get zero audio action behind you. The Ambeo mode makes the soundstage bigger and more immersive, but turns male voices into thick, dominant monsters that sound like they're trapped inside the soundbar itself. Would I buy it? Yes. Despite the dialogue weirdness and lack of rear soundstage, this thing delivers unusually powerful, dynamic, and clean sound that makes you forget you're missing true surround speakers. JBL Bar 1000 MK2. This clever bastard lets you detach the side speakers and plop them behind you for true surround sound, then stick them back on the bar to recharge like some sort of audio transformer. With 960 watts of power compared to the original's 880 watts, it's louder and more immersive. Plus, it has a night listening mode, where only the front speakers work, so you don't wake up the entire neighborhood. Would I buy it? Yes. The detachable speaker concept is genius, and the 10-hour battery life on each speaker means you can actually enjoy proper surround sound without running cables everywhere. Samsung AWS-60D. This sleek little number delivers surprisingly wide soundstage thanks to its acoustic beam technology, but the bass is about as impressive as a wet napkin since there's no dedicated subwoofer. The fabric finish looks sophisticated until you realize it's a dust magnet that'll have you cleaning it more often than your actual furniture. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a solid choice for dialogue clarity and easy setup, but if you're a bass head or hate dusting, you'll probably want to look elsewhere. Sonos Arc Ultra. This upgrade delivers significantly better bass than the regular Arc thanks to its new sound motion driver, making it perform like the standard Arc paired with a sub-mini without actually needing one. The dialogue clarity got a major boost with 3 speech enhancement settings, and the default setting works so well, you might actually understand what actors are mumbling about for once. Would I buy it? Yes. The improved bass response and dialogue clarity make it a worthwhile upgrade, especially if you live in a smaller space where adding a separate subwoofer isn't practical. Sony Bravia Theater System 6. This thing is like Sony decided to throw a 90s home theater party and somehow made it work in 2025, complete with wired rear speakers that'll have you crawling around your living room like you're defusing a bomb. The 5.1 surround setup with that chunky subwoofer will make your neighbors question their life choices. But good luck explaining to guests why you have speaker wires running everywhere like some audio octopus. Would I buy it? Maybe, because while it sounds like a cinema fell into my living room, the setup process made me consider hiring a professional just to avoid looking like I'm installing a security system. Sony HTS2000. This little overachiever punches way above its weight class with surprisingly clear dialogue and decent bass. But connecting it is like going back to 2010 with just one HDMI port and Bluetooth that makes your phone feel ancient. For the price, it's basically the Honda Civic of soundbars. Reliable, affordable, and gets the job done without any fancy bells and whistles that'll break after warranty expires. Would I buy it? Yes, because sometimes you just want something that works without requiring an engineering degree to set up. And at this price point, my wallet actually smiled for once. LG S95 TR. This beast is like having a movie theater move into your living room, complete with 1.5 channels that'll make you question why you ever thought TV speakers were acceptable. The AI room calibration is so smart it probably knows your room better than you do, but at $1,500 it costs more than some people's entire entertainment setup. Would I buy it? Yes. Because when you want to feel every explosion in your soul and have neighbors filing noise complaints, this thing delivers immersion so good you'll forget you're not actually in the movie. Sony Bravia Theater Bar 6. The up-firing speakers and dedicated subwoofer combo creates vertical sound that actually works, unlike my attempts at home improvement. but the bass can get so aggressive it sounds like someone's having a wrestling match with a washing machine. It fills the room better than the Sonos Beam ever dreamed of, though you'll spend half your time adjusting the subwoofer settings because Sony apparently thinks everyone lives in a concrete bunker. Would I buy it? Maybe, because while it delivers impressive Atmos effects that make rain sound like it's actually falling on your ceiling, taming that subwoofer requires more patience than assembling IKEA furniture. Sonos Beam Gen 2. This little bastard packs a surprisingly wide soundstage that'll make you forget it's smaller than a pizza box, with Dolby Atmos that actually works without needing upward-firing drivers like some kind of audio wizard. The downside is, you're paying $450 for something that can't even give you extra HDMI ports. And the virtual Atmos feels more like it's coming from your ears than above your head. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's perfect if you want premium sound in a tiny package but don't mind paying Sonos tax for the privilege. JBL Bar 500 MK2. This 5.1 setup comes with Smart Mode turned on by default, which makes everything sound wider, but also faker than a $3 bill, especially with music where it sounds forced as hell. The good news is dialogue comes through crystal clear, thanks to its dedicated center channel. And you can actually turn off that annoying smart mode if you're not into the artificial soundstage expansion. Would I buy it? Yes. At this price point, you're getting solid performance with room correction and a decent subwoofer, even if the smart mode makes your music sound like it's been through a blender. Vizio Elevate SE. The rotating upward-firing drivers are genuinely cool and automatically flip up when they detect Atmos content. But honestly, they don't add much vertical immersion and you'll still feel like sounds are coming from above the bar rather than above you. It's got a well-balanced mid-range that works for most content and comes with actual satellite speakers, unlike some of these other pretenders, but the bass extension could go deeper and won't satisfy your inner bass head. Would I buy it? Maybe. The rotating speakers are a neat party trick, and the satellites give you real surround sound. But the lackluster height effects make it feel like you're paying extra for gimmicks. Samsung HTS2000. This thing is like the Swiss Army knife of soundbars because you can mount it flat on your console or rotate it 90 degrees to sit flush against the wall without screwing up the sound quality, which is honestly pretty damn clever. The 3.1.2 setup delivers convincing Dolby Atmos with genuine spatial effects that'll make you duck when planes fly overhead. But the compact subwoofer means you're not getting the deepest bass compared to bigger systems. Would I buy it? Yes. The flexible mounting options and solid Atmos performance make it perfect for weird room layouts. Plus, at $700, it's way cheaper than Samsung's flagship without sacrificing too much. Samsung HWQ990F. This is Samsung's flagship beast with 16 real audio channels that creates the most complete hemisphere of sound I've ever heard from a soundbar, making other systems sound like they're playing through tin cans. The new cubic subwoofer with dual 8-inch drivers is a massive upgrade from the old tower design and uses artificial intelligence to minimize distortion, but let's be real, this thing costs $2,000 and takes up more space than some people's entire entertainment centers. Would I buy it? No, unless you've got money to burn and a mansion to fill with sound. This is overkill for most people, even though it's probably the best soundbar money can buy right now. Samsung HWQ800D. This mid-range beast delivers impressive Dolby Atmos effects and deep immersive audio that'll make your neighbors question their life choices. But it's chunky as hell and might not fit on your TV stand without some serious furniture rearranging. The treble sounds like it's doing its own thing and gets thin and toothy when you crank it up, making action scenes sound like angry chipmunks having a sword fight. Would I buy it? Yes. For $699, you're getting incredible performance that punches way above its weight class, even if it looks like a geometric nightmare. Samsung HWQ990D. Samsung's flagship January 4th 11-channel monster comes with actual rear speakers and can pass through 4K at 120 Hz, making it the ultimate flex for gamers who want their explosions to sound as crisp as their graphics. This thing gets loud enough to wake the dead with minimal compression and has more sound customization options than a DJ booth. But you're paying flagship prices for what's essentially the Q800D's older brother who went to college. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's technically superior to everything else here, but costs more than my first car, so unless you're swimming in cash, it's overkill. Sennheiser Ambeo Max soundbar. This absolute unit packs 13 drivers and delivers mind-bending virtual surround sound that'll make you question if you actually need rear speakers. But it's so massive, it could double as a coffee table, and costs more than some people's rent. The thing creates a genuine 1.4 channel experience from a single bar, which is basically audio wizardry, though overhead sounds aren't quite as convincing as having actual ceiling speakers. Would I buy it? No. It's the Rolls-Royce of soundbars, but unless you're an audiophile with deep pockets and a mansion, you're paying premium prices for features you'll barely notice. Sonos Ray. This compact little guy delivers surprisingly excellent vocal clarity and punchy sound that'll shame your TV speakers into retirement. But it has 0 HDMI ports because apparently Sonos thinks we're still living in 2015. The bass is adequate for its size, but don't expect earth-shaking rumbles, and while it creates a decent soundstage, it's not nearly as immersive as its bigger Sonos siblings. Would I buy it? Yes, at $199. It's the perfect entry-level soundbar that does the basics really well without breaking the bank or your TV stand. Sennheiser Ambeo Soundbar Mini. This compact Sennheiser delivers remarkable bass presence that'll shock you considering there's no subwoofer attached, and its Ambeo virtualization tech tries really hard to create spatial audio magic. However, the soundstage is disappointingly narrow for something with side-firing drivers, and it gets compressed as hell when you push it to max volume, basically turning into an expensive paperweight that makes noise. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's got impressive bass for its size, but at this price point, you're better off getting the Sonos Ray and saving your money for actual food. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the soundbars for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.